And so it begins. SeaArk Project Rescue. This is a SeaArk 1872 all welded hull that I just picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. But give you a little backstory here. I live and fish out of the Homosassa, Florida area, to include Chassahowitzka, Homosassa, Ozello Key, and Crystal River. The area in general offers an absolutely outstanding fishery, but it is not without the perils of nature, as it were. Ozello area, Homosassa especially, extremely shallow, ton of oyster bars, ton of rocks, and it has taken its toll on more lower units and motors and boats and damage than I can remember hearing. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people run up on these things, and it's, as I say, no bueno to begin with, but especially in a fiberglass boat. The damages can be done is just absolutely outstanding, or unbelievable. So the way to go, most of the locals here, they all run aluminum hulls. It's definitely the most recommended way to go. I personally previously had a SeaArk, same boat, 1872 hull. I redid probably back in 2009, 2010, got it all done, and for some foolish reason, sold it. That was a decision I still regret, but nonetheless, for maybe 5 or 6 years at least, I've been looking for another one, searching Craigslist, Marketplace. For those of you that know SeaArks in general, you just don't find them used. It's rare. People buy them, they hold on to them, they hold their value. They're easily, in my opinion anyway, one of the best production welded hulls you can buy. This is a Mod V, basically non-tunnel hull, 18 by 72, weighs, gosh, I don't know, about 700 pounds, but it is a blank canvas. And as I said, I've been looking on Craigslist, Marketplace, and quite honestly, I was willing to drive a considerable distance to buy one. And I was looking one night, as I do basically quite about every night, and I saw one pop up, and it was an 1872 with trailer. And I guess right place, right time is a good way to put it, right? This was 10 miles from the house. So I saw it on there and immediately sent the seller a message, and he got back to me about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock the next morning. Young guy going in the military. We kind of hit it off. I'm a disabled veteran, and we went back and forth. He's going in the Marine Corps. And I looked, I kind of double checked on the price, but the hull, 1872 hull with the trailer, $3,000. Are you kidding me? I mean, that was like an absolute no-brainer. Before I got there, I basically told him, look, I'll take it. Sight unseen, no questions asked. I've owned one. I know what these boats are. So when I got over there, not to any surprise, truly, he probably had 45 or 50 people in a 12-hour span reach out to him that wanted to buy the boat. This particular boat came with a aluminum slide-on trailer, albeit an old slide-on trailer. Owens and Son Marine, down in St. Pete, Florida. They, for those of you that may or may not know them, they build one of the best trailers in the state of Florida. Granted, this is an old trailer. I think it's a 97. I think the hull's a 2000, give or take. But in any event, brand new. To have this trailer made is in excess of $3,000. And on this one, need to basically get it rebuilt, rewired. I've bought new tires for it. I've already ordered new hubs for it. I've got the tires, so as the hubs will be here in a couple of days, I'm gonna change those out, and it needs a new set of springs on it, and we're gonna take that down to Owens and Son, and they're gonna go ahead and rebuild it for me and make it mechanically and structurally as sound as a brand new one, and basically looking at about $1,000 for that. So all said and done, $1,000 to rebuild the trailer is dirt cheap as compared to buying a new one. But I actually got the, believe it or not, I got the hull and the trailer for $3,000. So that astonishingly cheap. But here in the area, like I say, you know, you've just got to run an all welded hull. These are made of 1/4-inch aluminum. They're stout. I almost think you could probably hit a channel marker at speed and keep going and bounce off of it. You'd probably never know you hit it. They're got a full floor in it, super sound boat, stout, stable, and my opinion anyway, the older SeaArks are actually built better, welded stronger than some of the new ones. I don't know if their manufacturing processes have changed or whatnot, but in my experience with my other SeaArk I had, which was a early 2000 model, stout, extremely stout. But the intent, what we're going to do here, I'm going to remove the center console, and it's going to be turned into a tiller-driven rig, and strictly used to fish the flats here locally. Like I say, it's 18 feet long, 72-inch bottom, and so we're going to take that. We're going to take out the floor, and I want it to start basically from scratch. And what you're seeing is just exactly the way I bought the boat. I haven't touched it except to drag it, get it here in my backyard. Haven't done anything to it. As you can see, it's got a nice big platform in the back at a good 3 feet or so off the stern of the boat. And I kind of had to laugh. It has the old Olson trim tabs with spring, and I looked those up. I hadn't quite honestly even heard of them, and they actually work, they function, and they've been around for a long time. I found the original patent application for them when they were done, and this is going back a good 25 years. So that was pretty amazing. And this particular boat doesn't have a fuel cell in the bow where my previous 1872 did, which is fine. Actually, I prefer to run a 6-gallon tank with me, non-ethanol fuel, and then it doesn't keep it with stable in it, as opposed to having a 30-gallon tank in the bow and risking anything with bad fuel or fuel sitting there for an extended period of time. And I can always carry a spare with me, so I don't see that being a problem at all. What I think I'm going to do here in the stern is got right now, as you can see, was an old stereo in there. We're going to take out and put a couple of drop-in storage boxes here in the back, and I'm going to get all that foam out of there. It's invariably wet and whatnot, nonetheless, so that's absolutely coming out. And we're going to get that cleaned up, put a couple of drop boxes in there, and I'll put all of my related switches and whatnot for the motor back here. I'll probably go ahead and mount those on an oversized good piece of starboard there over where that radio is for my switches and whatnot. And then we're going to put a tiller engine on here, and I'll put an extension on the handle, and I'll have a mount up there with a cooler and all the controls, my fish finder, GPS, Simrad, NSS 12 Evo 3 is going to go there, and all my controls, I'll put a Atlas jack plate, mini jacker on the back, which again here, running shallow, getting that engine up as high as you can for better performance, fuel mileage, and keeping that engine protected. That's critical. I actually was looking around for an engine, and again on Facebook Marketplace, I got lucky enough and actually found a 2016 Suzuki 60 tiller-driven engine. It hull's rated for 75. I found a few 50s, but I didn't think that was enough. But I found this particular motor, still got warranty, confirmed it never had any type of warranty work done on the engine whatsoever. And got that gentleman have a fresh service done on it recently up here at Three Rivers Marine in Crystal River. But again, still under warranty until next August. Fresh service, no warranty work, and I think I got a pretty good deal on that, $3,800. But I think, in my experience anyway, looking at the new SeaArks, okay, a new 1872 hull, boat, motor, trailer, standard hull, again, same Mod V. I'm thinking you're looking at easily 20,000 plus, and it won't be anywhere near as this one will. It's a standard floor, tread plate floor. The hull is 1/4 inch welded aluminum. If I remember correctly, the smaller ones are 0.125, but these are 1/4 inch plate. And when I'm done with this one, we're going to have the exterior of the hull painted. I've got a gentleman locally with Total Edge wet, and I'm going to go ahead and do that in a white. And the benefit of that is, with that particular paint, you really don't have to worry. You can roll it on, brush it on. I'll have it sprayed on, but for any touch-ups, it's easy enough to do with roller and brush. It doesn't, compared to some of these other paints out there, rolling them or spraying them in, or rather brushing them on, rolling them on, doesn't happen. Not going to work out real well. Repairs are easily seen from everything that I found. So this paint is reasonable. I can do any touch-ups, and I think I'm going to go with the same on the interior, but I'm going to go with a oyster white on the interior, because the last thing you want to do is be out there in the bright sun. And I made the mistake previously of going with a bright white paint, which initially it sounded wonderful, but when you're out there and you've got reflections going on the water with the sun, it's brutal, absolutely brutal. So the oyster white will give me a good color combination, and I see that working pretty well. And then on the bottom, I think we'll get it flipped over, do maybe a gator glide or something similar on the bottom of the hull. I'm not sure, but the first thing we'll do is once I get the trailer taken care of, I get the boat off, get the trailer taken care of, I'm going to take the time in between and go ahead and figure out just what I'm going to do here with the hull. I've got a real good idea, but I'm going to get everything in order, what I want to get done for electrical, which is really minimal. I'll have two trolling motor batteries in the bow, house battery in the bow, and starting battery in the bow. I keep the weight out of the stern, and that'll help keep the bow down when I'm running, which on these, that's important. You definitely don't want too much weight in the stern on these boats. I'm going to put a 24-volt Minn Kota kilo-drive trolling motor up there, so that ought to work fairly well. I just prefer those, especially in tight situations. If you need to move quick, you're coming up on a rock, oyster bar, what have you, it's instant. You move the handle, the boat moves, as opposed to these other GPS-driven units. Reaction is a little slower, and clearly the cost is considerably more. So to me, it's just advantage all the way around. All right, like I said, I've got new tires. As you can see, the tire on this side is outshot, seen its better day. So, like I said, I've got new hubs coming. That'll be taken off. That one actually has I got almost all of them off except for one. The stud in the hub is spinning. So getting the last one off, not happening. I don't have ability to do any tack welding here. So I'm just going to replace it, pop off the hub, take it down to local tire shop, get that tire off and rim off the hub and a new one mounted, and call it a day and be done with it. And we'll get the trailer done. So that's pretty much that. And once I get that back, like I say, I'll have it media blasted up in Ocala. I think I've got a quote. There's like $600 in media blasted to take it down to bare metal and prime it. Because if you don't, you've got to prime it because aluminum will start to oxidize pretty quickly if you don't have it primed. So I'll get that done, and then get it painted. I've got a gentleman locally who'll spray it for me in the white, and that'll run me I think about $1,600, which you can't compare. So I'm thinking when I'm totally done with this thing, between boat, motor, trailer itself, not including my electronics, which I mean, as compared to a new one, a new stock boat without the raised platform in the back, I mean, I'm thinking I'm probably looking at about $11,000, which is extremely good as compared to a new one. And it'll be painted in my choosing of color, inside and out, versus the standard olive drab paint that SeaArk and Lumicraft and Express and any of these other companies use. It wears off pretty quickly, and it's not overly durable. So we'll get that done. But again, this is prior to the start, for a day, basically a day and a half in the yard, sitting here, haven't done anything to it, haven't touched it, haven't cleaned any of the leaves out of it. I want to get this rescue started from scratch and share the progress with y'all as I go along, and hopefully share some ideas. I'm sure I'll learn something along the way, and go back and forth with this. But I think overall it'll be a pretty good project, a good rescue. It'll take some time, which that's fine. I mean, I figure I've got till early spring, give or take, to get it done. So I'm in no rush. I just want to make sure I do it the right way and take my time, get everything planned properly, so I don't make a poor decision and just end up doing something I wish I should have put more thought into. So in any event, with that, I'll go ahead and end off here on the first video of the series, and we'll see where we go from. But I'll go ahead and pop this up on there and see where we go. And the next time around, we'll see if I can have the console out, have it cleaned up, and work on, see what's going to happen, how easy it is to get this floor out. So until then, SeaArk Rescue signing off.